The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. You don't need your special glasses to watch this program. It's just me in 2D in 1080p. How are you? My name is Ron Chuck, and welcome to the program for this 8th day of April 2024. We are about 2 hours away from the start of a full solar eclipse that should be gripping Burlington, Vermont at about 3:30 Eastern Time today for 3 minutes and 30 seconds, I think is the time of totality. Speaking of totality, it's the Boston Red Sox and Toronto Blue Jays in a segue that went about as smooth as most of my segues go. The Blue Jays are a game out of first place behind the Milwaukee Brewers. The Red Sox are 2.5 out of first place, or I think that's what it is where I looked. We'll check the standings after in the middle of the fourth inning. The Red Sox are 29-26. They've played a lot better. They're going to go with Bruce Hurst today. Bruce is 6-5 with a 4.53 ERA. Mike Flanagan gets the call for the Blue Jays. If Toronto wins the East, it's not really a surprise. They're going to win it in not in 90 run. They're going to win it in 89. They're going to win it in 91, 2, and 3. So the Blue Jays are a team on the rise. The Red Sox, in real life, of course, win the American League East and get pounded by the Oakland A's. And in 1990, win the American League East and then get pounded by the Oakland A's. So two teams on the rise. It's the Red Sox and the Jays on a Chamber of Commerce day in Toronto. One of those rare days at Exhibition Stadium that even the Seagulls bought tickets and their own popcorn. If you're ready, let's do this. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1988 Special Eclipse Edition. Tonight, or today, from Exhibition Stadium in Toronto, Ontario, it's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Good morning, Bernie. Hope you had a good birthday. You're not going to see much in Vegas, right? And I got to do this because we're not recording. Morning, Jeff. So I played the Red Sox. And the computer plays the Jays, and as Mike Flanagan warms up, here is, probably not. Dallas, I think, is the biggest city along the line that gets it in totality. I'm not sure if Toronto will get it in totality. Niagara Falls will, so I'm assuming that Toronto will as well. Wade Boggs leads off at third. Marty Barrett batting second, playing second. Ellis Burks in center field will go third. Dwight Evans cleans up at first. Rick Cerrone behind the plate batting fifth. How you doing, Mike in the truck? As we tell you about Mike Greenwell being the DH, Mike in the truck is not Mike Greenwell. I don't think Mike's ever wrestled Gators. He'll bat sixth. Jim Rice in left will bat seventh. Kevin Romine is in right. Don't retire on those rookie cards. He'll bat eighth. And Spike Owen at short will go ninth. Flanagan can go the distance. And speaking of Flanagan, he is 6-5 with a 5.47 ERA, making his 14th start. 37 years old, former Oriole legend, throws the fastball at 83 and a fly ball. John, how you doing? John will have some Eclipse stuff if he's not on the road. Stop again to say hello before you step out as a family to watch the Eclipse activities. Rochester's going to get a full one, right? The thing is, the clouds are going to move in. And so I'm not sure how much of this we'll be able to see. Hopefully they're still light and wispy in the next 3 hours. Flanagan's last outing was June 6th, so 5 days ago. A 6-1 win over Cleveland. He went the distance, 9 innings, 107 pitches, 2 hits. A run it was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 2. So overall, he's pitched very well his last 2 starts. That's right, tonight, I got sorry about that. 82 and a third for Flanagan, 89 hits, 55 runs, 50 earned, 11 home runs. He walked 30 and struck out 29. My earliest baseball memory is Aaron breaking Ruth's record, as a matter of fact, because it was on television. George Bell, a 4 and a 4 in left. Lloyd Mosby, a 4 and a 2 in center. Jesse Barfield, a 7 and a 9 in right. And I was a whopping 2.5, by the way. Kelly Gruber at 8 at third. Fernandez a 10 at short. Manny Lee a 7 at second. Fred McGriff a 6 at first. Pat Borders gets the call behind the plate. He's a 5 and a 4. Flanagan a 7 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Wade Boggs hitting .371, 3 triples, a homer, and 32 RBI. I was living in Montpelier. Oh, yeah, Dave, there's 50,000 people extra in town. We went from 40,000 to 90,000 today. Schools are closed in a lot of different places, so are a lot of roads around here. Pitch to Boggs to start the ball game. That's a base hit in the left field. Bell will cut it off, and Wade starts with a single. On the 30th anniversary of Aaron breaking Ruth's record, Marty Barrett, by the way, at 281, no homers and 27 RBI. Poor Aaron was doing a show on QVC. Can you imagine that? You break the most storied record in your sport, and you're stuck on QVC. Pitch to Barrett. Up the middle, Fernandez is going to grab it. He's only got to play it first. He has to hurry. Barrett can run, and Marty is out on the bang-banger. So Boggs will move up to second. 1 out for Ellis Burks. Ellis hitting .329, 7 homers, and 28 RBI. 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And then a doubleheader for you on Wednesday. Struck him out. Burks swung on and missed a 1-2 changeup. So 2 out for Dwight Evans, hitting .294, 12 homers, and 38 RBI. Flanagan deals. There's a fly ball to right. Barfield should track this one down easily. He does, and that will retire the side. Red Sox get a hit, leave a runner on. Half an inning down, no score. So Bruce Hurst, probably one of the most underappreciated Red Sox pitchers of all time, 30 years old, fastball at 90. He is 6-5 with a 4.53 ERA, making his 13th start of the year. He'd win 18 for the Red Sox in real life. He beat the Yankees on June 6th. He went 6 1/3, 121 pitches. It was a Dolly Parton 9-5 score. 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 5. John says every eclipse we've had reminds me of one of the biggest laughs he ever got in junior high as a discreetly funny class clown. While discussing Batman, the TV series, with friends before watching a film in class, the first thing that came to mind when he turned out the lights was to say out loud, "Holy eclipse, Batman!" And for John, that was the high point of his school life. He got a good laugh, but was never that funny again. And remember, John is not Batman. 91 1/3 innings for Bruce, 93 hits, 49 runs, 46 of those earned. He's given up 9 homers, walked 37, and struck out 61. He beat the Blue Jays, went the distance on June 2nd, allowed 10 hits and a run over 9 innings. Here's how Toronto will line up. Tony Fernandez leads off at short. Lloyd Mosby in center will bat second. Cecil Fielder, the DH, might make an eclipse with his bat. He'll go third. George Bell cleans up in left. Fred McGriff at first will bat fifth. Yeah, this Blue Jay team was pretty good. Kelly Gruber at third will go sixth. Pat Borders behind the plate will go seventh. You know that you got a good lineup when you're throwing Jesse Barfield in the 8-hole in right field. And Manny Lee wasn't there for picture day. He'll play second and bat ninth. Bruce Hurst can go the distance. Defensively for Boston, Jim Rice is a 2 and a 1 in left. Not good numbers when you got a ramen noodle arm. Ellis Burks a 7 and a 5 in center. Kevin Romine a 2 and a 3 in right. That's not a great outfield. Wade Boggs is a 7 at third. Spike Owen a 7 at short. Marty Barrett a 5 at second. Dwight Evans a 2 at first. Rick Cerrone is 7 and a 4 behind the plate. Hurst not a bad fielder. He's a 6 range and a 1,000 fielding percentage. Fernandez stepping in at 282, a homer and 28 RBI. And he walked. Scotty says a total eclipse is underway in Seattle. Oh, wait, just cloudy. Ball 4. Here's Mosby. Lloyd at 231, 2 homers and 21 RBI. And with Scotty, that joke went over cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Fernandez not going anywhere. Mosby rips this one into right center for a base hit. Romine will throw it back in. And the Jays have it first and second. Nobody out for Cecil Fielder. Hitting 229. He only hit 230 in 88. 2 homers and 7 RBI. Ground ball to third. Boggs might get 2 out of this. Barrett for 1. Marty, if he throws to first, it's late. So runners on the corners, Fielder on third, and Fernandez on third. For George Bell, hitting 239, 7 homers, and 37 RBI. Base hit left field. Fernandez is going to score. Rice scoops it up. Fielder is going to go to third. Rice doesn't have a very good arm, as we said. And again, it's runners on the corners, 1 out, 1-0 Jays for Fred McGriff. Fred, the crime dog, hitting 304, 11 home runs, and 37 RBI. Slow chopper to Barrett. Marty will try for 2. Owen for 1. And the throw to first is going to get McGriff. So Fielder will not score. And after all that, the Blue Jays get 3 hits, but just 1 run. Or 2 hits and just 1 run. They'll leave on a runner. Hurst through 22 pitches. Toronto leads it 1-0. For Cerrone, Greenwell, and Rice, Rick at 244. No homers and 17 RBI. I'm sure this was the same in Rochester. I'm sure people are going to get married in Niagara Falls today, too. Pitch to Cerrone. There's a fly ball left field. Back goes Bell. George to the track, and Cerrone has homered to tie the ball game at 1. Not where you'd expect the power to come from in the Red Sox lineup, but you'll take it wherever you can get it. That's his first home run of the year. And the former Blue Jay makes it a 1-1 game. I was saying before that home run that we got up early this morning so we could go get coffee at our favorite place. But by 5 of 9, if you were serving breakfast this morning in downtown Burlington, the lines were out the door. And the pictures we've seen of the interstate being clogged, yep, going to be that way in the way back tonight too. Mike Greenwell at 332, 8 homers and 42 RBI. Ground ball to third. Gruber's got it, throws it to McGriff, and the Gator is retired. 1 out for Rice. Jim Ed at 253, 7 homers, and 31 RBI. Fly ball left field. Bell makes the catch, 2 out. For Kevin Romine, who's hitting 300, that won't last, and 1 RBI. Struck him out, and that's the inning. So 2 from Flanagan. Romine chased the fastball. 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors. A solo homer by Rick Cerrone, and after an inning and a half, 1-1. Scotty says, I watched the Aaron homer with 2 buddies in a tavern in Bellingham on a 3-hour tape delay. Just message them about it. And you're all still here. So I was 2.5. It's excited because there was a baseball game on television. Kelly Gruber at 327, 5 triples, 4 homers, and 26 RBI. And I watched it live. Pitch to Gruber. Fly ball, left field. Rice in the corner will make the catch. 1 out. I'm sure I was filling a diaper, but I do remember it. And I do remember it being a big deal. Pat Borders at 262, 2 homers and 8 RBI. So I was in a tiny town of West Granville, New York, 50 years ago today. Struck him out, first for Hurst. A 1-2 fastball popped in the glove of Cerrone, and there's 2 out for Barfield. Jesse hitting .250, 5 homers and 18 RBI. Popped up. Owen and Boggs will converge. And I believe that's Wade, and he'll make the catch. Jays go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. And after 2, 1-1. Scotty was 2 weeks short of being 22. It'll be Owen, Boggs, and Barrett here in the third. Spike hitting .235, 5 homers, and 16 RBI. Popped up. Gruber into foul territory, third base side, makes the catch, 1 out. He leans up against the wall and actually made a pretty good play. So top of the lineup, Boggs now. Flanagan, 32 pitches, 9 batters, 2 1/3. The 2 hits, a home run by Cerrone, and 2 strikeouts. Boggs singled his first time up. Then he draws the walk. Here's Marty Barrett. Marty 0 for 1. That, by the way, was the home opener for the Braves in '74, and before the cable and superstation thing, so the Braves being on TV was rare. And, well, I don't remember this part of it. Apparently the place, as soon as Aaron hit the home run and all that, emptied out. Up the middle for a base hit. Boggs will round second. Mosby does not have a good arm, so it's first and second. Boggs will hold. Third hit for the Red Sox. Here's Burks, who struck out his first time up. So Boggs on second, Barrett on first. There was one reporter at home plate, and if you watch the clip of the home run, you can see him in his London fog rain jacket, which would be kind of, as we would know him, kind of unusual wear because it was normal. Pitch to Burks. Up the middle for a base hit. Mosby will pick it up off the turf. Boggs is going to round third and hold. So they are loaded with 1 out here in the third for Dwight Evans, who's 0 for 1. So Boggs on third, Barrett on second, Burks on first. And Dewey has a 10-game hitting streak and might be able to break this open early. That reporter, by the way, and I don't remember where he worked at that particular time, but he got to talk with Aaron just after he finished rounding the bases, was Craig Sager. Up the middle, past, not a pass, Flanagan. Flanagan reached up and made the catch, 2 out. So Flanagan does the hockey goalie thing, 2 out for Cerrone, who homered his first time up. Rick will hit 3 in real life. His first of the year drove in his 18th run. 2 out, bases loaded, pitch to Cerrone. Base hit right center field. Barfield will pick it up. Boggs is going to score. Barrett is going to chug around third. He gets the wave around to the plate. Barfield has a cannon for an arm. The plate is going to be close. Marty slides. They got him. So Borders put on the tag. The Red Sox get a run on a couple of hits, and they leave on the runner. And after 2.5, it's 2-1 Boston. So here's Manny Lee. Manuel at 235, no homers, and 7 RBI. Ground ball to Barrett. Marty throws to first for the out. So ninth game tomorrow, 6 Eastern. So we should be done by the time that RJL's LCS game is on. Here's Tony Fernandez. Tony walked and scored his first time up. Opening 9 for Hurst. 37 pitches, 2 1/3, 2 hits, a walk, and a strikeout, and the 1 run. And the Padres and Dodgers will tangle for a natural doubleheader Wednesday at 11:30. So, Scotty, set your alarm. Pitch to Fernandez. Tony hits a ground ball to third. Boggs has it. Has to make a hurried throw to Evans. And Fernandez is out. So 2 away for Mosby, who singled his first time up. Yeah, just because of the delay, Scotty said, one of my buddies jumped up and screamed, "It's out of here!" Just before Hank swung the... No, I'm sure it wasn't popular with the crowd. Just goes to show you. Because that game was an East Coast game. I believe it was at 9:07 Eastern time. So 6:07 out in Washington. They weren't interrupting the news for that. 2 out. Mosby singled his first time up. Ground ball to Owen. Spike's got it. Throws to Evans. And that'll take care of business here in the third. Clean inning for the Bruce Hurst and the Boston Red Sox. And after 3, Boston 2, the Jays 1. So Greenwell, Rice, and Romine to face Flanagan here in the 4th. Mike is 0 for 1. Into center. Back goes Mosby. 1 out. Rice is 0 for 1. Up the middle. Past a diving Lee for a base hit. So, Scotty, how inebriated was that buddy? Here's Romine. Kevin struck out his first time up. Rice on first. 1 out, top of the 4th. Here on Eclipse Day, the Red Sox lead the Jays 2-1. And that's a base hit into right field. Barfield will cut it off. Rice, don't go. Thank you. Well, hold at second. So first and second, 1 out for Owen, who was 0 for 1. And we will lay one down. Owen squares, and I don't know if we're going to get a line drive catch by McGriff or what. It's like watching a $6 million man. They're running. He's running. He's running. Does he make the catch? He made the catch. So Owen popped it up. In real time, that wouldn't have taken all that long. He popped it up. McGriff came in and made the catch. 2 out for Boggs, who's walked and singled. He scored in the second or the third. 18 batters for Flanagan, 66 pitches, 2 runs, 7 hits, 3 2/3. The home run to Cerrone, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. And Scotty informs me that this friend, who was not a friend of the rest of the patrons at ye old drinking watering hole, wasn't any drunker than Scotty was. So the bunt does not work. First and second, 2 out. Boggs hits a ground ball to third. Gruber will throw out to McGriff. And that'll backfire on the Red Sox as Boggs is retired. They'll leave on 2. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. The Red Sox have left on 5. It's 80s baseball after 3.5. 2-1 Boston. So here are the standings. Milwaukee leads the train by a game over the Yankees. Toronto a game and a half back. The Red Sox 2 back. The Tigers 3 back. And Cleveland starting to detach itself a bit. They're 6 back. In the West, Kansas City by a game over Minnesota. A game over Oakland. And 2 over Seattle. In the East, the Pirates have cut the Mets lead to 4.5. And the Reds lead the Dodgers by 3.5. So here's Fielder. Cecil is 0 for 1. Yeah, Cecil. Struck him out. That's 2 for Hurst. A 2-2 fastball got him a chase. 1 out for Bell. George singled and drove in a run his first time up. In case you're wondering, someone asked, why aren't there any baseball games today during the eclipse? Cleveland, if they were home, would be in the path. So would Texas, but they play in a retractable roof. Now, there is a college game today up in the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont between Castleton and Linden. And so, if you're not stranded on any of our fine interstates and are in the state of Vermont, you can go up there and catch a baseball game between 2 fine college teams and stop and don't go blind. Pitch to Bell. Fly ball, right center field. Back goes Romine. Kevin leaps, makes the catch. How about that? So 2 out for McGriff, who grounded into a double play his first time up. Hurst winds and fires. Ground ball to Evans. Dewey takes it himself, and that'll do it. So the Jays go in order in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors. To the 5th we go. 2-1 Red Sox. So Barrett, Burks, and Evans. Marty 1 for 2 with a single. Flanagan starts the 5th. Fly ball left field. George Bell in the corner makes the catch. 1 out. Ellis Burks is 1 for 2. He is singled and struck out. Into right, Barfield, 2 out. For Dwight Evans, Dewey is 0 for 2. Will this game get done before the eclipse? No. We're all going to be glued to our phones or big screen TVs as this game goes on and on and on. Pitch to Dewey. Ball 4. Here's Rick Cerrone. He is homered in the 2nd and singled. He is 2 for 2. I believe the action starts in about 90 minutes. The sun will start to go behind the moon. Scotty will get a kick out of this. Pitch to Cerrone. Ground ball right side for a base hit. So Evans, don't run on Barfield. Cerrone's going to hold with a single. Evans goes to 3rd. The throw is cut off by Lee, and there's runners on the corners. Cerrone has 3 hits. He singled twice and homered. Mike Greenwell is 0 for 2. So one of the stations here in the Burlington area, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern, or has timed it right, so maybe a little earlier, will play, commercial-free, mind you, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon to coincide with the eclipse. And I guess the song Dark Side of the Moon will play on this station at the moment of totality. 1st and 3rd, Greenwell up the middle, past Lee, and that's a base hit. Evans will score to make it 3-1. Cerrone's going to 3rd. The throw is cut off by Fernandez, and it's 3-1 Boston. So here's Jim Rice. Jim is 1 for 2 with a single. Runners on the corners, 2 out. Scotty says, pretty sure Angel Hernandez will be looking directly into the eclipse. And I agree with you here. It could only improve his vision. May not help his disposition. Runners on the corners. Rice hits a ground ball to Fernandez. Tony goes to Lee for the sure out there, and that'll do it. So halfway home on what promises to be an historic day in Burlington, Vermont. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. It's the Red Sox 3, the Blue Jays 1. You joined us late. Where the hell have you been? 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Red Sox. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors for the Jays. Jays got out first, a George Bell single to make it 1-0. Then Rick Cerrone, a solo shot to left to make it 1-1, his first of the year. Then he singled home Boggs in the third to make it 2-1. Then Mike Greenwell singled home Evans in the fifth a moment ago to make it 3-1. Rick Cerrone 3 for 3, a homer and 2 RBI. A 2-hitter for Bruce Hurst. He's given up a run, walked 1, and struck out 2. And Flanagan, 5 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He's given up that homer, walked, and struck out 2. Kelly Gruber is over 1. For a substantial financial donation to Retro Sports Network, I will not sing Total Eclipse of the Heart. Just saying. Ground ball to short. Owens got it, and that's a bad play. Kelly's going to beat out the throw, and the Blue Jays had the leadoff runner on. So Owen, not great, not terrible. Brings up Pat Borders, who struck out his first time up. Gruber doesn't have any speed. Borders drops one down. Cerrone throws to Barrett covering for the out. Gruber goes to second. Here's Barfield. Jesse is 0 for 1. Into right center. In comes Burks. Ellis moving in. Makes the catch. Gruber goes back to second. Here's Matty Lee. He's 0 for 1. There are eclipse parties all over town today. Most of our streets have closed already, so you can stand in the middle of the road and stare in the sun. Pitch to Lee. Ball 4. So first and second, 2 out. 18 batters deep for Hurst. 69 pitches, 4 2/3, 3 hits, a run, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Fernandez has walked and scored. He's 0 for 1. This is the first time I've ever been in the path of a total eclipse. Have any of you ever been through a total eclipse? How about nothing but a heartache? Maybe if I can find the Taylor Swift auto-tune, I can sing that. First and second, Fernandez flies this one to left field. Back goes Rice, way back there, and that's gone. So the second home run of the year for Tony Fernandez. And it makes it 4-3, and the Jays go ahead just like that. And as I show you the replay, all I can say is, it's a heartache. Nothing but a heartache. La-da-da-da-da-da. Even when you're down. There, you got me to sing. And just like that, the Jays are in front. One swing of the bat. So that brings up Mosby. Lloyd is 1 for 2. John says, I believe he remembers one in north central Pennsylvania when you were in grade school. Okay. Gardner isn't going to Subway for his lunch. 2 out. Blue Jays a 3 spot on the board. Ground ball to Barrett. Marty has it over to Evans. And as Kevin Romine steps to the plate, 1 for 2, 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors. A 3-run shot by Fernandez just tells me that I need a hero. I'm holding on for a hero till the end of the line. He's got to swing a bat and score a run so my Red Sox don't lose again. I need a hero. Romine has singled and struck out. You going to unsub again, Gardner? There's a ground ball left side past Fernandez in the left field for a hit. The last, Scotty says a couple. 79, I would think, too, for you, right? I remember watching that one on TV. Spike Owens 0 for 2. We did the pinhole shadow trick, the last partial one we had in 94, which was sitting at work, and Pennsylvania hasn't been in the path of a total eclipse since 1806. You might be thinking of, I don't know how old you are. In 94, we had a partial one. Remember sitting out in the parking lot. It was a summer day, I believe. And we did the pinhole with a shadow in a box, all staring at the white hood of somebody's car. Pitch to a throw to first, roll line back. Yeah, 79. I remember watching that one on TV. Romine goes back to the bag. Owens 0 for 2. Ground ball to second. Lee to Fernandez for once. But Owens going to reach as there's no throw. So 1 out for Boggs. 27 batters deep for Flanagan. 93 pitches. 5 1/3. 10 hits. The solo homer by Cerrone. All 3 runs are earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 2. There is a new patch for the baseball game, oh, by the way. I'm not sure I installed it yet, but there's a new one. Pitch to Boggs, Owen on first. Wade punches this one into right field for a base hit. So Barfield has it. Owen's going to hold. First and second, 1 out for Marty Barrett. Marty 1 for 3 with a single. Lunar eclipses, we've been through a bunch. I don't know if Bernie's still here, but some night in 2004, in October of 2004, there was a lunar eclipse. I will not say that was the most remembered thing about that particular night in 2004, but there was a lunar eclipse. Gets away from Borders, and everybody moves up 90. So Marty can give the Red Sox the lead with a single. Wild pitch from Flanagan. A 1-1 count. No less of an expert than I.D. Jester said on that particular night of that lunar eclipse that it was the worst thing in baseball history. Yep. 79 entered the United States on the Washington-Oregon border and exited North Dakota. So Jeff probably remembers that. Barrett down the line and right. Barfield has it. Is Owen going to try and score? They're not going to run on Barfield's arm, even though it's a 2/3 chance. So 2 out. 2 on for Burks, who's 1 for 3. Ellis has singled and struck out. 4-3 Jays, 2 out, top of the 6th. 2 on for the Red Sox. Burks, slow ground ball to McGruber. Kelly throws to first to Griff for the out. So the Red Sox strand 2 and don't score. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. After 5.5, 4-3 Toronto. So Fielder, Bell, and McGriff to face Hurst here in the 6th. Cecil has struck out once. He's 0 for 2. Base hit left center field. Jim Rice will pick it up, and that's a leadoff single. So George Bell 1 for 2. He is singled. Drove home his 38th run. By the way, game 61 for the Jays and 66 for the Red Sox? 56 for the Red Sox. Base hit up the middle. How you doing, Andrew? You excited yet? So first and second, nobody out for McGriff, who was grounded into a double play and is 0 for 2. I think Claremont won't get the full Monty. Oh, yeah. You saw me post earlier that if you were serving breakfast in Burlington, you weren't getting in right away at 9 o'clock this morning. They say there are 50,000 extra people here. We're only a city of 40,000. Yeah, Route 30, I bet, is packed too. They estimate that this is the largest ever amount of people that have ever been in the city of Burlington at one time. And it's to hear me sing Bonnie Tyler songs on a Fortnite stream. Struck him out. Oh, 1-2 fastball got him. And that's a huge out. Here's Gruber. Kelly 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. First and second, Gruber into right. Romine, not a great right fielder, but even he can make that catch. And Fielder and Bell go back to their respective bags. So 2 out, first and second. So full eclipse in Oregon in 2017, Scotty says. We got a partial glimpse up here. Ooh, Crater Lake. I bet that, I mean, there's a ton of people over Lake Champlain today. But to watch that shimmy over the water would be very cool. Pat Borders struck out. He's 0 for 1. First and second, 2 out here in the 6th. Jays lead at 4-3. Runners go down the line. Romine has to go fish it out. Fielder's going to score. Bell is going to round third and score. Borders has his 3rd double of the year, and the Blue Jays make it 6-3. So Toronto playing very good baseball. They put a 6th spot up on Hurst, and they're all earned. Here's Barfield. He's 0 for 2. Andrew was in North Springfield, Vermont. Then he should have pretty good coverage. We're just going to go stand in our yard. Borders on second. Barfield strikes out. Hurst wonders where it all went wrong. He looked at strike 3. 2 runs, however, for the Jays on the big double by Pat Borders. 3 hits and no errors. To the 7th we go on Eclipse Day. 6-3 Toronto. So Evans, Cerrone, and Greenwell to face Flanagan. Dewey walked, scored and is 0 for 2. Left center field, Mosby, 1 out. Rick Cerrone has had himself a day. He has singled twice and homered, and has driven in 2 of the 3 Red Sox runs. Down the line for a base hit. Cerrone now will need just a triple for the cycle. Bell takes his time to grab it. Cerrone slides into second base, and that's his 7th double of the year. So he'll have a chance his next time up, if he does get another chance, for the cycle. Here's Greenwell. Mike is 1 for 3. He has singled and driven in a run. Borders and Flanagan have a word. Base hit right field. Barfield will pick it up on a couple hops. Cerrone will hold at third. And Jim Rice is now the tying run. Jimmy 1 for 3 with a single. Even if you're in the Boston area, it won't be a full eclipse. But don't be staring in the sun. Struck him out. An 0-2 fastball, and Rice didn't swing. Here's Romine. Kevin having himself a day. He's 2 for 3. Has singled twice and struck out. Flanagan gets out of it. Stretch time, 6-3 Jays. So Flanagan pumped his fist as he went back to the dugout. It'll be Lee, Fernandez, and Mosby to face Hurst here in the 7th. Manuel has walked and scored. He's 0 for 1. I believe he tried to sacrifice bunt, too, and did. Ground ball to Owen at short. Over to Evans. 1 out. So 27 batters for Hurst, 108 pitches. Not a great outing, 6 1/3, 7 hits, the home run to Tony Fernandez, who's at the plate. He has walked 2 and struck out 4. For Fernandez, that was only his 2nd home run. Now is driven in 31. Scored twice and walked once. Fly ball left field. Rice chases. Makes the catch along the line. 2 out. Here's Mosby and Lloyd. Because for Toronto, that is the type of day it's been. Is 1 for 3 with a single. Speaking of bad impressions. Never mind. Pitch to Mosby. Into center field. Back goes Burks. Ellis goes back, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Wow, they wanted to get 6 outs out of Tom Henke, eh? And so after 7, it's the Jays 6, the Red Sox 3. He must have started a game. No? 60 pitches. Anywho, Tom Henke, 31 years old, fastball at 94, and a standard pitcher, making his 23rd appearance, 1-5, a 5.54 ERA. In 21 save opportunities, he's done 15. He's blown 6. He leads the majors in saves. He hasn't gone in 4 days. He went in a 4-3 win over Cleveland. He pitched the 9th. 24 pitches, 2 hits. A run it was earned. He hasn't, his pitch count high for the year is 38. And there's been a number of times he's actually gone 2. 26 innings for Henke, 32 hits, 18 runs, 16 earned. 5 homers, he's walked 9. And struck out 26. Owen, Boggs, and Barrett here in the 8th. Spikes is 0 for 3. Slow chopper to Fernandez. Tony gobbles it up, throws to McGriff. 1 out on an absolutely fantastic play from Fernandez. He's made 26 in 57 games. There's Boggs. Wade is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and walked. Rips this one to right, and so Boggs has a 3-hit game. So 1 out. Boggs now has 76 in 54 games for himself. Here's Marty Barrett. Marty 1 for 4. Deep breath from Henke. Popped up. Left side. Fernandez will make the catch. So Ellis Burks 1 for 4. He is singled and struck out. So from those of you who might be watching from El Paso all the way to Holton, Maine, you're about to get a pretty good show. Pitch to Burks. Line drive to Fernandez, and Tony snares it for the out. So no runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th here at Exhibition Stadium. Jays 6, Sox 3. So Fielder, Bell, and McGriff, we'll see how long Hurst will go. It depends if he puts on a base runner or not. Cecil was 1 for 3. He has singled, struck out, and scored. Struck him out, 5 for Hurst, and 0-2 fastball got him. You know, if certain things hadn't happened in October of '86, Bruce Hurst not only would have been, he had been named the '86 World Series MVP. They flashed it on the board at Shea. But certain things happen. Here's George Bell. George is 2 for 3. He has singled twice, driven in a run, and scored. Hurst winds and fires. Popped up right side. Barrett running into foul territory, getting a sprint. Makes the catch, 2 out. So it'll be McGriff. Fred 0 for 3 has grounded it into a double play and struck out. So Hurst only allowing 7 hits, but he's given up 6 runs. In fact, the Jays have only stranded 2. Right back to Hurst. Third base side of the rubber. Throws to Evans, and that'll do it. So the Jays go in order in the 8th. Evans, Cerrone, Greenwell, and then maybe Rice. We go to the 9th. It's Toronto 6, Boston 3. So Dwight Evans is 0 for 3. He has walked and scored. Henke threw 19 pitches in the 8th. The Red Sox need 3 to tie and 4 to go ahead. And if they go ahead, Andrew will be able to hear me from North Springfield without needing the internet. Struck him out. So the first for Henke. Here's Cerrone. If he triples, he'll have hit for the cycle. Red Sox have 14 hits and have left on 12. That's a base hit. He's going to have a 5-hit day. Not too shabby, eh? 3 singles, a double, and a home run. And now bring up Greenwell. Mike is 2 for 4. He has singled twice and driven in a run. Yeah, 5 hits. 15th for the Red Sox. Popped up. Borders. Doffs the mask. 2 out. For Rice, we're going to pinch hit for, I think. Who can hit a righty? Do I really want to pinch hit my childhood hero for Rich Gedman? No. Well, sometimes you just got to go with nostalgia here and pretend it's 1978. Rice is 1 for 4. He has singled and struck out. And if he should reach, it's Romine. Henke trying to slam the door for a 6-3 win. Left field, at least he got a piece of it. Over to Bell, and the Blue Jays win this one rather easily by the score of 6-3. 3 hours and 8 fake minutes, 6 runs, 7 hits. No errors for the Jays. They left on 2. Man, were they efficient. And you bet Tony Fernandez is our digital dice player of the game. 1 for 3. That big home run won it. Boston 3 runs, 15 hits, no errors. They fall to 29 and 27, and they left on 13. Bruce Hurst goes the distance. ERA-wise, it didn't pay off. The rest of those numbers aren't bad. 8 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs all earned. On the home run, he walked 2 and struck out 5. Flanagan goes to, he goes to 6-6, by the way. Flanagan goes to 7-5. 7 innings, 13 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He gave up the home run to Cerrone. I agree with you, Bernie. 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. Henke picks up his 16th save. Yep, the wife got me a pair of glasses. We're going to head downstairs in about an hour. Let me tell you what we're doing tomorrow night. At 6 Eastern will be Seattle at Milwaukee, Langston and Higuera. So the rest of this June 11th, then we'll let you go. Detroit beat Cleveland 8-4. Jack Morris, 6-6. John Farrell, 4-6. And Pat Sheridan, 2 for 3 with a stolen base. Yankees beat the Orioles 5-1. John Candelaria, 7-3. Jeff Ballard, 1-3. Wayne Tollison, 4 for 4. San Francisco beat Cincinnati. Who does Scotty root for there? Goreltz goes to 3-8. Rob Murphy, 3-2. Will Clark, the thrill, hits his 10th and goes 2 for 3. Philadelphia beats Pittsburgh 3-1. David Palmer goes to 4-4. Dunn goes to 3-5. Vaughn Hayes hits his first of the year, 2 for 3 with a double. The Pirates can't gain any ground, however. Don't lose any. Montreal in 10 over the Mets. The Mets make 4 errors. Tim Burke 2-1 in 10 innings. Roger McDowell takes a loss, 3-2. Dave Magadan 2 for 2 with a double. Oakland beats Texas 3-1 in Arlington. Ontiveros 5-3. Guzman 5-5. Canseco hits his 13th, 2 for 5 with 2 RBI. Brewers beat the White Sox 4-2. Chris Bosio 7-5. Jerry Royce 3-4. Meyer 1 for 4, his 4th of the year, and drives in 2. Cardinals beat the Cubs in St. Louis 2-1. Joe McGrain 2-1. Rick Sutcliffe falls to 5-5. Worrell picks up his 11th save. Astros beat the Braves 3-2. Bob Nepper goes to 6-1. Zane Smith falls to 3-6. And Dave Smith picks up his 5th save. Minnesota, who pounded 21 hits in our stream on Friday, beat Seattle 7-2. Frank Viola 7-4. Michael Jackson 1-5. Greg Gagne 2 for 4, his 9th of the year. The Padres behind Tony Gwynn's 2 homers and 5 RBI, his first 2 dingers of the year. They beat the Dodgers 7-3. In Kansas City, last but not least, beats the Angels 4-1. Mark Gubicza 7-4. Kirk McCaskill in net 2-7. George Brett 2 for 5, his 10th of the year, and steals a base. So as we leave you, it'll be the Reds by 3.5 over the Dodgers, the Mets by 4.5 over Pittsburgh, Kansas City a game over Minnesota and Oakland, Seattle 3 back, Milwaukee leads that train in the East. Then it's the Yankees by a game, Toronto by a game and a half, the Red Sox and Tigers by 3, and Cleveland by 7. Enjoy the day, and don't kill your cell phone taking pictures of the sun. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow night for the Brewers and the Mariners from Milwaukee. Have a good one, everybody. So long.